Hey guys, it's Ariel from Adventure Israel. We're out here today picking acorns for acorn coffee and acorn flour. This is what we're looking for, okay? And this is an acorn tree right here. This is what we're looking for right here. We're gonna pick a few of these acorns here and get back to you with the processing for these acorns right here. We'll be back with you in a minute. Alright guys, we're back. We got our acorns, got some of the processing done. I'm just gonna show you what that's like. The simplest way to get these things shelled, which is the first step. Cut the top end, cut the bottom end, slice it down the middle. Some of these you will see are quite infested. The ones from this particular batch right here are looking good, nice and clean. Sometimes you'll see some bug, there you go, small little bug spot there. Some of them are molded inside. Even the smallest little hole on the outside is probably a sign that inside is slightly molded or infested, but so far these are looking really clean. So we're just gonna get those tough shells off. Great thing to do if you're sitting by a campfire at the end of the day. Want to get yourself the first steps of the coffee ready the night before. Hey guys, we're back. We got our acorns processed down, no shells. What we're gonna do is we're gonna eventually get this down to a roasted ground coffee look-alike. Actually tastes similar, a bit more nutty than coffee. But first we got to get the tannins out of that. And to do it, we're going to boil these in several washes of water. To make it a faster process, we're going to cut these up first before we begin the boiling. So just simple, slice and dice, however you'd like. They don't need to be tiny, but the smaller they are, the faster the tannins will bleed out in our changes of water. Now this, say I got a couple of cups of acorns here. This will probably give us about 5 to 6 cups worth of coffee in the end, or maybe a cup and a half worth of flour if we wanted to go that route with this batch. Now, acorn flour you don't use straight, you mix it in with regular flour. You get a little bit of nutty flavor, plenty of protein in your bread. We got our acorns all processed, just coarse cut, ready to get boiled. That simple. First stage pick, second stage peel the shells off them, third stage chop them up, put them in a pot. This is going to go on the fire, put some water and just keep boiling this out. Okay, we are now boiling our acorns that we shelled a minute ago. Okay, just a bit of water over a fire. As you can see, the water, even though the acorns didn't look too brown, the water is really quickly turning brown. That water is full of tannins. In fact, you can actually use this to tan leather if you needed to. But we're not doing that today. That's simple. We're going to do as many changes as it takes to get this water to come out clear. Once we boil and the water comes out clear, we know that the tannins are out. And we can do the next stage, which is to grind these up, mash them up a little bit, and then roast them. Then we're ready. Hey guys, we are now up to our third boil. The water is already coming out slightly less brown. I think another 2 or 3 will be good to go. If you want to see that water's a bit more clear than before. The acorns themselves are looking creamy. Like I said, another 2 or maybe 3 sets of water, and we'll be good to go to the next step. Hey guys, we're on our final batch of water of leaching out tannins from our acorns. You can see it's quite a bit clearer than it was initially. So we're going to pour this off. We're going to start mashing what's left to get it ready for our coffee, and then we're going to roast it. Here's our drained and processed acorns. I'm going to separate the bunch of it, most of it, into this pot, and I'm going to mash those up, get them ready for roasting. I'm going to separate a little bit of it for salting. I'm going to just drop them into here. These I'm going to, later on, I'm going to salt them, and we'll do another video just on munching some salted acorns. And I'm going to save an even smaller amount for making flour. These we'll grind up and make flour out of. Okay. But for now, we're going to mash these up and get the coffee grounds roasting. Okay? And we have a really high-tech system for mashing stuff out in the bush. It's called the log. Because this has been boiled so many times, it is very, very soft. Now, you could roast them the way they are, the way you would roast whole coffee beans, and then you could easily grind them later. But we're using a thin pot here instead of a cast iron pot. And you just want to get this done the fastest possible way. So we're going to mash it and then roast it. You can see it's coming out looking just fine. And what's left is going to be our coffee grind, which you can percolate as you would any coffee. We will show you that too. All right, we are just about done here with our Acorn coffee. We got our water boiling, ready to go. We got the Acorn ground coming together just beautifully. I'll show you that right now. Okay, so this is just the final stage. It's gonna start getting dark real fast now. Got to keep stirring it. If you don't, the bottom just totally burns and the top doesn't get roasted. So as you have it over the flames here, just keep stirring. You can do this in bigger quantities. You can do this over your stove at home. But we's out here now, so we're doing it over the fire. We just want them to turn dark brown. Obviously, the darker brown, the darker ground you're gonna get, the darker your drink's gonna be. For those who've tried it before, you can kind of understand the flavor that I'm about to describe. For those who haven't, it comes out looking exactly like regular coffee, but tasting a lot nuttier. I don't mean that in a figurative way. It tastes kind of like nuts. Ooh. I didn't mean it that way either. Go on. Anyhow, this has a very nutty flavor.
Like ball sack.
We did re-grind this a little bit, re-mash it with our mash log. Hope you guys are enjoying my fancy utensils. All right, here's our Acorn coffee ground. I'm gonna mash up a bit more. And this could use a little bit more roasting for those who like it darker. Okay, we're just dumping in that coffee ground into our kettle. We're gonna let this cook just for a couple of minutes. All right, we are all done here. We got our Acorn coffee, beautifully brewed. Look at this gorgeous color. You ain't gonna get better than this. Okay, you could add sugar or milk as you like. I prefer to drink this black. Gonna let that cool down a bit. That's good. Got flavor. It's healthy. It's hot. Something you want to drink at the end of the day, like today, sitting out in the hills all afternoon. This is the way to go. Not bad.